Hello everybody and welcome back to Chams 123 or John's Amazing Trains, and of course, as the title says on the screen, it's been a long wait and there are reasons, so please let me explain. Okay, my dear friend Mervyn from Australia came over last year for 3 months after losing his mum, as I lost my mum about a year last November. 3 months is quite a long time and we had a great time. We spent most of the time just literally travelling around the country here in the UK and buying guitar amps that needed repairing or whatever, and then bringing them back, fixing them and sending them out to Australia where my friend Mervyn collects them, and yes, it was a great time. The reason I didn't do any train videos over that period of time is quite simply that Mervyn does admire the model railways and the trains and the collection that I have, but it's not really of any interest to him. So I decided to just leave it all alone for a while and just get on and have some fun with Mervyn, which we did. Also, I have a little bit of sad news to give you. I have been wearing hearing aids now for about 5 years or something like that, and unfortunately a few weeks back it appears that the hearing in my left ear has now gone, and I can only say it's pretty damn bloody depressing. I'm trying my best with just the one ear. Hopefully the video will come out alright. All I can do is cross my fingers and try my best. A further reason for the delay and the long wait since I did the last video, which is about 8 months ago now I think, is because also after losing my mum a year last November, and I'm on my own now of course, I decided that after 25 years since I had my last German Shepherd dog, I decided to get another one. Her name is Ceci. She's absolutely gorgeous. She was bred to breed from some breeders up in Solihull near Birmingham here in the UK. She has had 3 pregnancies and lost them all, so she wasn't going to earn them any more money, so they basically just put her up for sale, and of course hence I got her. Now I spent 3 months looking for her face, because you know, with any breed of dog you look at a sheet with all the same breed of dog photos on, and they really are not the same. There are some ugly ones, and I knew exactly what I wanted, and Ceci, that's her name, is absolutely brilliant. And everybody who sees her says how absolutely gorgeous she is, and I absolutely agree, which is why I took the time to make sure I found a shepherd with a great face. Now when I first got her, she didn't know anything. She didn't even know how to sit, because breeders don't bother to teach them anything. They're only there to make money for them. But now she's doing really good. I'm teaching her loads of tricks and she's doing loads of goody things. So yeah, she's absolutely fantastic, guys. I'm really glad to have her. Oh yes, and just a couple more things I wanted to run by you. All these photos have been taken in my workshop. She's fine on the sofa in the workshop. That's her little domain where she likes to sleep, but she doesn't go on the furniture in the house or on the beds or anything like that. And last but not least, both Ceci and myself have a birthday this month. She's 3 and I'm 69. Oh no! Okay folks, well it's a little bit later at night now and I've got a whiskey to my right, and I've decided to do this video in like 3 sections. The first section is where I've just told you all about what's been happening and showing you Ceci and so forth. I'm now going to do a section on some of the stuff that I bought over the last 8 or 9 months or so. Obviously I'm not going to do all of it in one go, it's going to be too much, but we'll start off with this. Okay, Thomas, my friend Thomas, actually brought this to my notice. It's a lovely little thing, Electro Chen obviously, and as you can see what it says on there, look, it's a Great Western Railway 060 steam loco, and it's a gorgeous little beautiful thing. So we'll just open it up and let you have a look. Get that out of the way. Right, out of the way, yes. Okay, pull this out, and what I'm going to do on each of the items I'm showing you, I'm obviously going to stop the camera and put them away. Obviously they've got to be carefully repacked. Oh, come on, a bit tight. I've not actually run this yet, So, but this is an absolute beautiful little thing. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Isn't she gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. It really is a lovely little thing. And it's heavy. Of course, you've got to be very careful with this as well at the top. But yeah, there it is. Absolutely lovely. Yes, I definitely must run this at some point. So yeah, numbered, what's that? 629, yeah, it is. Okay, well that's the first one. So as I say, I'm going to stop the camera and put them away each time, one at a time. So that's the first one. Oh, and by the way, Thomas, if you are watching this video, thanks for the heads up on that little loco, and I'll be in touch with you soon about doing some more work together. Right, this is your second one up then. The beautiful Adams radio. Absolutely stunningly gorgeous. So we'll just do the same thing. Make some room and get them out and let you have a peek at them. We're not going to spend an awful lot of time on each one, but just to let you have a quick look at them. Come on, out you come, baby. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, yes. Let's just take it out carefully. I've not featured any of these locos in any videos yet, but that's obviously going to be happening at some point in time. Oh, this is gorgeous, isn't it? Again, highly detailed from Hornby, spring-loaded buffers. Really nice. Yeah. In fact, you know what? I don't think I've had this one out of the box. Mervin's been thrashing me to get on with doing amplifiers. I've not really spent any time on the trains, but oh yeah, she's lovely. Yeah, I'm not going to do any reviews on them. This is just showing you some of the new stuff that I've been buying towards the collection over the last 8 or 9 months or so. So there you go then, that's the Adams radio. We'll move on yet again. So on to the third one then. We have this beautiful baby here, the Gay Crusader, and I'll just read to you what it says along the bottom here. I'm sure you can probably see it, but I'll tell you anyway. It says, on January 1st 1948, Clement Attlee's Transport Act of 1947 created British Railways, marking the end of what many regard as the golden age of the railways. 2017 marks the 70th anniversary of the end of the Big Four, and Hornby are marking the occasion with the release of 4 limited edition locomotives in their final regional livery. And you can see just here it says the final day limited edition of 500, and we'll just get around. I tell you what, I haven't even had this one open. I don't even think I've checked this, if I can open it, that is. Oh, probably. It's tight. Some of them are tight. Oh. Obviously LNER. Oh yeah, beautiful. Let's have it out and have a goosey gander at it. Oh yes. Yes, certificate of authentication. Look, what number is it? 247 of 500. Okie dokie. 108. Oh yes, I haven't had this out at all. Oh, carefully does it. Oh, they're coupled, I think they are. Just carefully get her out. Just move that out of the way so we can have a proper look. Oh yes. Right. Oh, isn't she beautiful? Wow, I'm looking forward to running some of these. Yeah, LNER. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back onto the layout and starting to run some of this new stuff. And I've still got loads of other ideas as well. Yeah, spring-loaded buffers, just as you would expect. Oh, isn't she gorgeous? Absolutely stunning. Right, I'm going to have to carefully put this one away and carefully put her down, and let's have a look what's coming up next. Now obviously the Gay Crusader was an A3, but now we're on to this one. I believe this is the 4th item now. This is obviously an A4, and this is Sir Myles Beaver. I think it's Sir, hang on, it doesn't say it there. I thought it was Sir, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It's Myles Beaver. Beautiful, typical Hornby top of the range one again. I think I've only got two of the what do they call them, railroad. I think I've got Tornado in railroad and one other, but the rest of them I tend to go for the you know, the high detailed ones if possible. So yeah, and I can tell you just for a bit of fun, when Mervyn was here, one of the amplifiers that he bought with a view to sending back to Australia, like I mentioned earlier, happened to be in Sheffield. And as soon as he told me the address, I knew that I was going to be driving by rails of Sheffield, and he did his utmost best to stop me from buying something, but I got the better of him. And this is the one I got from rails of Sheffield when we pulled up on the way back, with his amplifier in the back, and Ceci. Alright, let's have a look at her. Again, she's permanently, well, sort of permanently coupled. There you go then. Oh, yeah, Myles Beaver. Yeah, 60026. And over in the back of the cab there, look. Yeah. Wicked. As I say, I haven't run any of these yet, to be honest with you, so let the tender hang. It's usually the safest way to turn them. Got to be so careful these days, haven't you, handling it, because the detail's so fine and it's easily damageable. So yeah, fantastic, beautiful. Right, we'll put her down. Yep, put this one away, and I've got to take those back upstairs now and bring some more down, so you just hang around. Now on this one, everybody, I know a lot of people out there have got this. I know that reviews have been done on it. I think Will in City H2 did the very first one before it was actually released, but this was made especially for Rails of Sheffield, obviously by Rapido, and it's worth just mentioning to you that I do have this. I have a little bit of a plan as well on this, but pull it out and we'll have a quick look at it. As I say, I'm not going to do a review, just have a basic look at it. For those of you who don't own one, I know that there was a lot of orders placed for this, so let's just open her up and have a look. I think I've had it out once to have a look myself, so we'll have a little look together. Of course it is beautiful, and it's a great idea. I think many modelers have been waiting for somebody to put their head together and do this one. So of course obviously it is the dynamometer car, LNER. Yep, and I don't think that we're going to see this very well on the camera, but I mean, I do know it's got all the interior detail. It's going to be a bit awkward to see it on the camera, but yeah, but it's superb detail, and I'm really pleased that Rapido are, you know, giving us a chance to get hold of some of these products that nobody else has bothered to do, like the APT experimental. Look, you might just see some bits in there, maybe not. So, got the balcony window here, look, I think that's what you call it. Yep, and then you've got all the mechanism underneath. Yeah, just like the original, obviously. See the wheel under there as well. Yeah, I've got a bit of a plan for this, but again, I thought I'd just show you, just to let you know that I do actually have one of these in the collection now. Obviously I've had it a while, but so we'll just carefully put that away and stay with me, and we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, and I forgot to mention to you that the dynamometer car, that's version 1, but they have got version 2 available as well. I don't know if they've got any left, but just to let you know that. And again, talking about Rapido, next up we've got, ta-da! Now, again, this is still in single number 1, obviously. Now, I know a lot of you out there would have bought this and placed the order probably at the same time as I did, and then we waited, what, 3 years for it, which is fine, but we've got it now. And again, I'm not going to dwell on the fact, but just for those of you who haven't really studied or seen one in the flesh, so to speak, being a model, we'll just get it out and show it to you. That's all the information and whatnot. And again, Rapido, this time, instead of being Rails of Sheffield, of course, they've done this in conjunction with the Railway Museum. So we're just so delicate again, but well, they all are really, aren't they? So, oh, it's a beautiful locomotive. It's just stunning, and I know, hats off to Rapido, you know, to actually do something like this. Now, as with most of these models I've been showing you, I haven't actually been saying anything about it, but you do get lots of little extras, you know, accessories that you put on or you can add on. Like on here, you've got the front bogie covers here, there, and different couplings. Pretty much most stuff comes like that nowadays, so we'll just carefully get them out. Now these do couple together, but they are actually separate at the moment, so let's keep it that way. So let's have a look. Yes. Oh yes. Oh, look at the detail, guys. Look at the detail. Oh, it's spiffing, isn't it? I have actually had this round the track, I will be honest with you. I couldn't resist trying this one round the track, but it was a while ago. And all the detail inside the cab, look there, even the gauges, look, right up at the top. See that? Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, and this is the coupling here, look, but you can see it's articulated, so it moves from side to side. Obviously that plugs into the tender, that goes without saying, but yeah. But Sterling single number 1. I'm going to show you something else in a minute about this as well. So that's the one from Rapido, so let's just put that back carefully and have a look at the tender. Stick that down there. Put its lid back on. Ready. So now this is the stirrup tender, I think. Yes. I bought this one because I do have a Stellium single, although it's not a Rapido one. But yeah, and I'll tell you about it in a minute. But there's the tender that comes with it, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story about the tender. I'm not 100% sure I've got this right, but I'm pretty certain I have. This is the tender that was with her when she was, well, I believe just bought by the National Railway Museum up in York, and this is the historic tender that came with it, but it's not the original tender. And Rapido did do the one with the original tender. You've got the choice of 2 again if I've got any left, and I'll tell you briefly that the original tender was found, I think I've got this right, on a farm, and it was being used as a water trough for horses. So yeah, obviously it got bought. Again, I assume it would be the Railway Museum that bought it, and then it's been refurbished and rebuilt. Yeah, Sterling single number 1 from Rapido. Right, I'm going to show you something else about this. Hang on a minute. Now guys and dolls, I'm not actually going to try and compare these because that just wouldn't be right, it wouldn't be fair. But for those of you who haven't seen this, I've had this about 5 years or maybe more, and I've featured her a couple of times in videos. And this is a Sterling single that my friend Eric in Slovenia did for me all those years ago, way before the Rapido one was available. But I'd like to just show it you anyway, because he made such a fantastic job of it. And it's actually made from a kit, a Sterling number 1 single kit, and I believe it or not, it's actually the Backman Emily. And I sent in the Emily working one, obviously, and this plastic kit, and he made one up out the 2 for me, and that's the tender. And that's more like the original tender, except it should have a grill around the top. And Eric cut it off. I didn't want it cutting off, but he assumed he wanted it coming off, but I'm not bothered. It's ahead of its time. I've had it a long time. So I'll show you the loco. So if you imagine it being a Backman Emily, then of course, you know, he's made a great job of it. This on Emily is not got the holes in, so what he's done here with the splash guards, he's cut that piece out of the model, and he's cut it out of this body, which is Emily, and put them together, and even done all the silver around the holes. Look, he said he wasn't going to do it at first, but he said I couldn't, he said I had to have a go and do it, and he's made a great job of it. And you know, obviously he's put all the handrails and everything on, and the Flying Scotsman badge, which can come off, it's only stuck on with black tack, so there. So I'm looking at my hand now, not the camera. Yeah, but he's done all the chains, look, and everything, and the little, what's it there, look. So yeah, so it's, and he's even done that. I mean, it's not strictly correct, obviously, because that should be further back, and Emily's motor is obviously stopping that from going any further back. But I mean, considering I've had it all this time, and I was well pleased with the job that he made of it, and I'm sure you agree, he has made a nice job of it. So we'll just put that one back to bed as well, and I'll get something else out. I've just spotted this box, and it's nothing special, but it is worth just showing you what I managed to get for 20 quid. And free shipping, believe it or not. So just pull them all out so you can have a quick look. 1, 2, get them all out. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Ta-da! 6 for 20 quid, free shipping. I had got a couple of these, so I thought it'd be nice to sort of make quite a long train up with them on, and they're all in great condition. That one's been varnished, I'm sure you can see the light reflecting off it, but it doesn't look bad at all. It doesn't look bad in the slightest. The only thing I don't like about these is the way this mechanism works here. It relies on this look, sliding in the middle. When the two couplings go like that, moves that across, and I'm damn sure that is going to can be troublesome. I would bet this is going to work better with some oil on it, but I haven't checked them or done anything with them yet. But anyway, just 6 for 20 quid, bargain of the month. Moving on then, we now have another collaboration between Locomotion and Hornby, and I'll just push it out, hopefully. Oh, come on, they're so tight sometimes, aren't they? Yep, this is the Class 73 Bobo Electric, but when I can get my nails in, I can't do it. Hang on. Oh, come on. Oh, now it's extracting the urine. Try it that way. Should have done that in the first place, shouldn't I? Right. Yeah, as like I said, virtually all of this new stuff, you have, extras that you can put in, fit to them, accessories, should you wish. I mean, vac pipes are an obvious one, and couplings and hooks on the front are another, but sometimes you can't fit them because they're done to scale. You can't fit them if you're using a coupling, but then again, some people don't like a coupling on either end, so why not? So here it is, and it's damn heavy. There the third rail pickups, look. Yep, there she is, Class 71 Bobo. Got the wipers all done. Yep. Brilliant. Yep, old pantograph decided to come up. Yep, this one's not even seen the track, let alone run on it yet. So I'm going to have to get back to some of that stuff, but yeah, there it is, pantograph in the upmost position. It should lock down. Yes, there it is, Class 71. Right, let's move on again. Well, I've lost track actually how many we're up to now, but it doesn't matter, does it? We'll do another, I don't know, 5, 6, something like that, and then we'll move on to the third part of this this video. But anyway, next one up, Late BR Class 06, what's this running? 63429, the running number, and these are so weird. I mean, I like it, of course I like it, but I mean, 280, and it just looks wrong. I think it looks wrong. Got no bogies, particularly at the front, but it is what it's supposed to be. I'm doing it again onto that, really. Yes, we've got it. Look, we've got it. Right, out of the way. I seem to recall something about these that I've read somewhere, and now, don't get me wrong, I'm not 100% sure here, but I have a feeling that there were some problems with these on certain curves. If I remember rightly, I think I've read something like that at some point in time, but we'll take her out and have a look. Got to do that, haven't we? Hang on, get that to stay back. I think it's coupled again. Yeah, I prefer them like that actually. It's a lot easier to handle them. It does no harm to let it hang, let the tender hang, because it's got the cables there and it's not going to go anywhere. So yeah, there it is. Look, beautiful. Q6. If you want to have a much more detailed, sort of. Shall we say, narration on it, something like that, then I think you'll find that, if I remember rightly, I think Sam at Sam's Trains has done a full detailed video on one of these. So if I'm right with that, go and check his video out. But anyway, there you go, Q6. It's hard work, taking all these out of packaging and putting them back. I'm sweating now. Right, give me a minute. Okay, I've jumped in quick here with these two. I do have a box for them both. I'll explain why that is the case in a minute. First of all, here we've got the C44-9. Well, it's basically a -9. That's its most common name anyway. And this is an SD60. This is the only one of the SD60s I've got. I've got plenty of SD40s and 45s, but this is the only 60 I've got. So I'll show them round to you. Let you have a look. This is an Atlas, and she's a beautiful locomotive, and I didn't have a -9 in CSX livery, so I got my friend Danny from Canada, when he came over to visit me quite some time ago now, I got him to bring me this one, and he didn't bring it in the original box, although it is brand new, for reasons of packing or something. And I don't know if you know Danny, but when I come to put this together, about a year or so ago now, the radiator was missing here off the back, and I couldn't find it anywhere. It wasn't on the sprue, and it wasn't in the box and everything, so I don't know what's happened to that. So I managed to buy this one from Atlas in the spares from Atlas in America, and when they sent it, it was grey, but it was a different shade of grey. So this is why the two are in one box, and I'll explain. This one, and it's so heavy. This is heavy, but this is bloody heavy. Right, okay, the SD60 look. She's a corker. I put quite a few of the accessories onto this one. Did I just tell you? No, this is Lifelike. It's Lifelike trains. Union Pacific, obviously 6005. Now, when I got this, there was a few accessories on it. Then you got the usual sprue where you cut them off and put them on yourself, and I was doing it, and then there was a few items which, well, kind of needed fitting, like the bell here and the horns there and the aerial there, but there was no holes for them. And there's a chart telling you what models it was fitted on. So on the Union Pacific one, I wanted certain things fitting on it, and I just don't like drilling holes that small. I mean, I've got drills small enough to do this kind of job, but I thought what I'm going to do, I'm going to send both the bodies to Eric in Slovenia and let him do the drilling and the fitting of the odd few bits on that one for me. And on this one, he sprayed the radiator section the correct matching grey and put the little stickers on, the information stickers on both sides. And hence, because I didn't have the original box for that from Danny, I basically keep them both in the same box. So there you go. There's two more to my amazing American collection. Oh, yes, and this one, I was picking it up and it slipped and fell back down. Snapped it off, look. Bloody with the sunshade. It doesn't matter, I'll have to glue it back on. It's so heavy, it really is so heavy. Alright, let's move on. Alrightio, next up we've got something really cute. Okay, have a look at this. Now, with any Backman blister pack stuff, I don't bother keeping the blister packs. They're just a pain in the arse for me. But I do carefully wrap any of the items that came in blister packs, so I wrap them up carefully and keep them all boxed. Now, here, this is Backman's celebration version of Thomas, #1. When I first saw it, it's from America, this one. Sorry, from Australia I got it, and Mervyn brought it over for me. The flags, I wasn't sure if they were going to be printed or if they were just like stuck on, but they're printed on, so that's good. I know my friend Thomas doesn't particularly like this one. You know, it's everybody to their own, but you know, I've got the Hornby celebrity one. So I thought, why not get this one as well, and that keeps my Thomas collection kind of up to date as well. So there we go, that's Backman's celebrations. Tom, I've had a few whiskies now, can you tell? Nice and cute, love it. This time we're here with Hornby's Mallard A4 numbered 4468. It's the special edition one, well, kind of not so much edition, it's the latest one that they've done, highly detailed, hence this blue package in here. Now I will tell you, I do have Mallard, and if you've ever watched my video in part 1 of all my massive collection, or whatever I called it, where all the steam stuff's laid out on the bed. You will have seen Mallard there. It is a Hornby one, but it's in BR green, and it's a tender driven one, and not that I have any problems with my tender driven items, because I always look after them, service them well, and if you make sure the tyres are clean or replaced, you don't get any trouble with tender driven stuff. It can be a myth, but generally speaking they are okay. But this one is loco driven, and the only reason I bought it is because it's in blue, and there's a reason for that, something I'm going to do a little special not too long from now, time permitting, and so we'll just have a quick look at it. Just get it out. Now, once again, I can tell you that if you wanted to have a look at a full review on this exact same model, in other words, the latest Hornby version of Mallard in blue and in super detail, then again you need to check out Sam's Trains, because I know that not too long ago he did do a full review on this. But for me, I'm just going to show it to you. Once again, I know they're already coupled, so it won't be a problem just to carefully move that and let the tender hang. Right, let you have a look. And there it is. Yeah. All the usual thing, highly detailed. It's obviously got sprung buffers, you've got detail in the cab. Usual thing for top of the range. Any stuff really, top of the range generally has all these extras, or the high detail I should say, and it also has extras which you can actually add on yourself. And I will just point out to you here, again this applies to a lot of the stuff I've already shown you today. If you look here at the trailing bogie, there's no flanges on these wheels, and the reason for that is because for it to get round, because this middle wheel here is flanged these days. In the old days, Triang days and early Hornby days, this flange wasn't there, which meant the body got round corners better, because it would only be these two wheels with the flanges. But the back wheels generally had flanges on them. They were, you know, articulated so they could move. But nowadays they don't do it like that now. Now this one's got a flange on, and it generally recommends a minimum radius of second radius, and these wheels become flangeless because on second radius, and even first, if you can get them to run on first, the back end just goes straight over over the rail. In other words, the flanges would stop it from turning, because this bit is fixed now. It's not articulated like it used to be years ago. But what they do, as in again a lot of this kind of thing, you've got the blow-off pipes here in the back, the front blow-off pipe, and you've got a flanged pair of wheels which you can put on the back here if you were going to run it on, possibly, I don't know if it'll do it on third radius, but I'm sure it will on fourth or above with flexi track and gentle curves, and that's why they give you this, to make it more authentic, so you can put those in there if you have the type of track which it will run on. So there we go. Okay, one more to go, because to be honest with you, I've got loads more new stuff that you haven't seen, and it would make the video a bit over long, and I do want to do a running session of something as the third part of the video before I say goodnight. So we'll leave it there with the blue Mallard, and we'll move on to one more. And so then, on to the last one here, new additions to my collection. As I say, I've got a lot more, but that will be for a later date. But I've chosen this one for the last one, and there is a reason. Again, we've got another collaboration between Backman and Locomotion this time, and it is Class 66 Evening Star. So just get her out. She's in GB Rail Freight livery. So just get this out carefully. I'm sorry about the lights reflecting off things occasionally. I hope it's not disturbing it, the viewing for you too much. I've got good lighting. I've tried pushing it further away, but it doesn't make any difference. It's all down to the, you know, the plastics being shiny. But as long as you can see the models, that's the main thing. And again, yet again, as it serves as said, you have here extra stuff. This is Evening Star with Locomotion, all various things you can stick on. You got the bells, couplings, and just accessories. You know, you've seen them all before. So how do we get this one out? That way, like that. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's stuck in here. That's why. I was looking for the soft tissue, not tissue, soft whatever, felt, plastic, whatever you call it. Okay, here it is. Obviously I haven't as yet put any of those accessories on her, but she's a beauty. This one is obviously in the National Collection. up there in York. So yeah, we'll get the light off it. Yeah, lovely look. And named Evening Stars. I say I haven't put those name plates on yet, so I've still got that to do. But yeah, see Joby Rail Freight, look there. Yeah, cool. Yeah, swing around, look at some more of the detail. I might actually have to put those Evening Star stickers on her before I run her, and there's a reason for that. So yeah, there we go. So I'll save more new stuff for another video at a later date. Like I said, this is Dusty. It's actually been on the layout for about a week. So, but yeah, okay, we'll call it a day on this part of the video, because I want to run this with something else, and I think you've probably guessed now what I'm going to do by the title of the video. So we'll call it a day, and I'll see you upstairs on the layout. Don't go away for long. Okie dokie, we're up here upstairs on the layout, and I've just been finishing editing together the first two thirds, and I noticed in the second third, where I'm showing you a lot of my new stock to the collection, I noticed that you get a chance to see my arms a couple of times, and just in case you did notice, if you look, I'm not a junkie. They are not needle marks, they're all war wounds through fighting with Ceci. I mean, she is 35 kilo, and I take quite a beating when we have a scrap. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, let's do this then. Now, because of the title, I would suspect you already know what I'm going to do here on this running session. So let's just bring the first one through, which is the Clough 66, which you saw just a few seconds ago downstairs in the workshop. And I'm just going to stop here because I want to point a couple of things out to you. Right, now this afternoon I sat down with a view to seriously fitting the Evening Star signs on the side. They are proper little metal, I forget the word what they use now, but the proper metal ones. And on the front, just here above the lamp, below the lamp there, is provision for wells. I say that's where the bell's supposed to go, which does come in a little packet. I'm going to try and show you. Hopefully the camera will focus on it. Yeah, there's a little bell, look, and the name plates. And I was going to do them, but I'm really annoyed because the name plates aren't self-sticky, and I was not going to risk doing them with super glue. It would make a mess if I made one fails. You know, you've only got one chance at it really with super glue. And the bell has got a little bracket on it, which you can see there, but there's no hole drilled just below that top lamp where it's supposed to fit, and I do have the drills to do that kind of thing. My hands are still reasonably steady for my age, but I think what I'm going to do is I'd rather send it to Eric in Slovenia, just the body that is, and let him do them, because I'm just not as confident as I used to be. Besides that, I've still got to send him this Dock Shunter, which you, well, it's been a long time now, which I asked you to tell me about the what liveries you'd like to see it in, and although I haven't done it thoroughly, I can tell you now, I think it's going to be NCB, National Coal Board, although there were a few different liveries and nobody has hardly said which livery of NCB they actually want to see it in, but I think that one's going to win, so I need to send that and this across to Eric to get the things finished. So I'm sorry the Evening Star nameplates aren't on it at the moment. It was my intention to do that. I have, however, put some of the accessories on. I put the vac pipes on and the buffer beam and some bits and bobs where provisions were there for those, so that's done. Right, let me just bring it through and tell you which the Evening Clough 66 here, Evening Star, is doing, what it's doing and why. Now, because this has the NEM pockets on it, I have coupled it to a large D connector, which means I've used a large D connector NEM there. As I always say, it's always better to use the same connectors if you possibly can. Right, now just to move it through, I've not had the car transporters out for a long time. Now, if you've seen me video the longest car transport train ever, you'll probably remember that I did use all these Triang car transporters, but I also used a lot of Hornby ones and some with vans on as well. Well, this time I've changed that plan. I haven't had these out for a long time, and I basically put all the original Triang ones that you'd seen in that video a long time ago, but since then I remembered that I'd actually found 4 more in mint condition, of which you can see going through now, and I decided not to put the cars on them, leave them empty, which I'm sure you would see at some point, and I decided to put that brake van on the end, and just to make it a little different. So just the Triang transporters on this one. So we'll just get around to the front here. We're going to be starting from here, obviously. Yeah, I'm really sorry I couldn't put those nameplates on. I just didn't want to risk it. Okay, and let's move on to the next one now, which I'm sure you know what it's going to be. Now, I'm sure a lot of you will know that Locomotion do well, I think you call it a combined set, I would imagine that's the term, of both Evening Stars. It's not actually the idea it wasn't that what inspired me to do this. I already got this in mind before I realised that they actually did do that double set. But anyway, I was a little tempted, but in the end I changed my mind, and I went just for the Class 66 here, because I'd already got Evening Star. It is an old Hornby one, and it is a tender driven one. But as you can see, you know, it's really not that bad at all. I'll just take it through slowly so you can have a look at everything, and I'll tell you what I'm doing and why. And to be honest with you, I'm quite happy just to keep this one. I don't know, I might buy another one later date, a more detailed one, but we'll have to see. So what I've stuck on is actually 13 coaches, and it's no problem for it whatsoever. Okay, we got the utilities there. Just keep it nice and steady. Now these are all large D connectors up to now. Got a GWR Royal Mail, and then we're on to all the illuminated coaches, large D connectors fitted to them where possible. So we've got Cygnus, which is this one coming through now. Now I'm on to, you can see I'm on to direct coupling, tow bar coupling. And this one's Lydia, which I've never run with all the others because it came in a set a while ago. Then we're still tow bar coupled with Perseus, and still coupled with the tow bar to the Diamond Daffodil bar, and another tow bar to Ibis, and another tow bar to Miniver. Now we're back to decouplers, because some of these coaches, that's Leona and Cynthia and car 171, sorry, and car 35, and then car 65 on the end. Some of those coaches, the last few, they don't have the facility for the NEM. They've ended up being fitted with the Airfix couplings. So I've adjusted them accordingly and fitted them all accordingly, so they're all doing the same thing. So we'll bring it round here, and you can see that tender driven is absolutely no problem for it whatsoever. Right, there's the two of them. Running session is about to happen. Let's do it then. Let's get some good shots for a few minutes to take us through to the end of the video. Class 66 first. Obviously this doesn't want to be going silly fast. In fact, neither of them do really. I think just a steady speed is more than good enough, like so. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yep, no worries. Yeah, nice freight speed. Okay, let's get the 9F on the go. Nice gentle start up, John. Yeah, like I said to you earlier on, I know there's a bit of a myth about tender driven stuff, and I agree it sometimes can be a bit iffy, but if you take good care of it, good servicing, and look after them, especially changing the tyres if they're pretty worn or getting brittle or cracked, then you will still get some decent results from them. So we don't want this silly fast, but a little bit more than the freight train, I would say, is good enough. Yeah, there's a noticeable difference between the two of them there. try and get a couple of sweeps across as well. Okay, here we go with the first one. I think we're just going to make that. Yes, that was good timing. We got them both there. That was really good. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Everything looking good so far. Wicked. Let's see what we can get from this corner here. Gotta be evening style to 9F. Yes, gotta be this time. Oh, brilliant. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty cool and with that one. Yeah, good. In fact, we can stay here, look. Plastic to 6 again. And the 9F with it. Yeah, wicked. Okay, back into both of them. Always love this shot down the room. I know I've said it loads of times, but it is difficult to get various amounts of shots because of, you know, like I said before, again, I've got the layout on 3 walls, so I have to make do with what I can and get the best shots that I can. But yeah, it still looks good. Yeah, maybe not this time, but next time round I'm hoping to get the Classic to 6 for us from the front of it, but I'm not sure. It can be a problem when you've got 2 trains of the long lengths that they do block each other out, but we'll give it a shot. Nearly. Yeah, kind of alright. Not bad, not bad. Might work out this time though, who knows? Come on, fingers crossed. Come on, Classic to 6, come on your own, come on. Oh, nearly. Yes. Yeah, we got it. Just slightly blocked. Not too bad, really. That was nice. Yeah, that was pretty cool. It's a long train with 13 coaches. Oh, that was brilliant. You don't often get the chance to see that. That was really good. Well, there you have it. It's been a pretty good running session with just the 2 evening stars. So yeah, let's just, last time round, we'll bring them to a halt at the front and call it the end of the video. Yep, 13 coaches. That's fine by me. Same thing with the Clough 66. Come on, girl. I'm on it, I'm on it. I've got this, I've got this. Yes, look at that. Spot on, as I say, spot on. Oh, right, okay, well, time to put it all on the computer and then upload it for you all. 2 things I want to say here. The first one is very, very important, and that is a massive thanks to all of you who have sent me emails, text messages and comments worried about me because of the long silence, and I can only say I appreciate that very, very much. It's very much appreciated. And also the second thing is that I do I've had so many people asking me about doing a conversion on the Chinese controller to be able to beef it up. So I'm going to promise you all now that I will make that the next video. I'm going to look into it, get onto it, and I'll sort it, and I'll video it, and I'll put it up as the next video, obviously as soon as I can. So there you have it. I think that's about it. So as usual, I'll say good night, God bless you all, thanks for your support and everything, look after each other and yourselves, and I think probably Ceci's fast asleep downstairs on the sofa in the workshop, but I'll go and have a look and see if she'll say good night to you, because she does speak, she does bark when I tell her to speak, so I'll see if she's awake enough to do that. I don't think so. I think she's dead to the world. Yeah, I think I'll leave her. I won't disturb her. So, hey, okay, it's good night and God bless from me and John and Ceci. See you all. I'll catch up with you as soon as I can. Bye.